Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update on Thursday, August 2nd at 11:08 p.m. Mountain Time 2018. You're about to see a significant caldera collapse event coming in at 5.3. As usual at the USGS, the caldera continues to increase in size, and what this means for a major phreatic eruption in the future is anyone's guess. As Fissure 8 continues to expel lava at unprecedented rates, the Lays plume continues on the coast, and we are in uncharted territory. Now, these events on shield volcanoes are very slow motion. They're not really going to be deadly to anyone on the island to the north, especially up in Hilo, which gives us opportunity to witness history in the making and to make amazing scientific breakthroughs in the sciences, especially when it comes to cosmic ray flux and volcanoes. Go check out Volcano YT. They have that footage. Stratospheric radiation at all-time highs. Welcome to the grand solar minimum. Helena records the driest July on record with only 1/100th of an inch of precipitation. That's in Montana, and they're about to burn up. The grains are not looking good. Parched grass is backdropped by Mount Helena on Thursday afternoon. Helena records this year is the driest July ever. Doesn't matter when. Helena recorded the year's driest July with only 1/100th of an inch of precipitation measured for the month. The National Weather Service in Great Falls recorded lower than average precipitation in several parts of central and southwest Montana, including the 10th driest for Bozeman. It doesn't look good as we go into next winter. And it is freezing up there. International Falls, Minnesota almost freezes on August 2nd. Are you kidding me? Al, how could you be off by that many degrees? It is the middle of August, the hottest time ever in this particular region, and it's 36. It nearly froze this summer morning in International Falls, Minnesota. The temperatures dropped to 34 degrees on Thursday, August 2nd, after Wednesday's cool down and clear conditions overnight. International Falls is known for its extreme cold in winter, but this August morning is one of the few dates in the Minnesota-Canadian border town nearly froze during the peak of summer. According to the National Weather Service in Duluth, for the period of July 1st through August 2nd, only one other day has been colder than this ever. Back in the centennial minimum in 1911. Are you picking up what we're putting down? Bad stuff happens here, and you are right here at the end of the blue. This is a live chart, and we're going back to 1911. Same minimum. Bigger cycle. Holy moly, what could possibly happen here? It's anyone's guess. We're not here to scare you. We're here to prepare you. And we're giving you the facts. Lack of sunspots. El Nino could spell snowy Texas, dry California this winter. And I'm going to put this out there. Heads up, Phoenix, for the most snow you've ever seen, ever in recorded history, as well as Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and maybe even Pagosa Springs. The number of sunspots is down, parts of a natural 11-year cycle, but this is unprecedented because this particular cycle is lower than any since 1820. Yeah, we're going all the way back to the Dalton minimum here, and by the time we get to cycle 25 past 2021, we are in uncharted territory going back into the 1700s. Your guess is as good as mine what the new Renaissance will bring, but it always brings the end of the empire. This winter appears it may be an El Nino Modaki winter. Could be devastating for California in its fire season. Raises the stakes for snow events in North Texas, and that's not all. We'll get to it. Because it's true. Here's the prediction coming out from NOAA. NOAA makes its winter forecast for 2018-2019 season. There are new NOAA winter forecasts. Go check them out. Heads up. This looks like the Maunder minimum map. And if you really want to extrapolate, it absolutely looks like an Ice Age map. There is the ice-free corridor in red called Warm. And you have a jet stream falling low and a polar jet dumping cold air down with wet and cool air from the tropics. And that's good news for us. We need the snow. Here's the early season forecast, Four Corners regions. Boom. It's true. Texas, you're going to be right in the center of the bullseye. Oklahoma, Panhandle, as well as East Colorado. And look at this. Eastern Arizona looking to be getting some exceptional snow. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, heads up, Northern Florida, you're going to see unprecedented snows that go all the way back to when the Tamiami historical records show the cleansing white rain came. And it is coming this year to you in Northern Florida, especially the Panhandle. Look for record snows never recorded in modern history. Areas of heavy rain and flooding to the east. Fire weather threat continues to the west. We're going to see flooding all the way from Vermont and New Hampshire all the way down here through central Georgia. All through the Appalachians, especially central North Carolina. The North Broad is taking lives for the first time in many years, and other whitewater rivers in this region. Be vigilant. If you have not been out there ever before, don't go out there now, unless you have a death wish. And if you're in a region where there's a fire, please take a selfie and send it our way as your flash falls from you. Skiers revel in the biggest West Australia snowfall in years at Bluff Knoll near Albany. Now, the bomb predicted it to be the warmest winter ever, but it's turning out to be the snowiest and coldest winter ever in certain regions. Screams of excitement could be heard around the Sterling Ridge Range as families, photographers, and even a set of skis reached Bluff Knoll's snow-capped summit on Thursday morning. At least 30 people actually saw that it snowed, and that's pathetic. Hey, Australia, you suck. That's why we don't live there. Extreme heat for Spain and Portugal confirmed, up to 50 degrees C possible. That's 122 degrees. Holy You know what? They're full of Yeah, they were off by 18 degrees C in places. Portugal's Met Office retracts hottest day ever prediction. Reality, it was 18 C cooler. That's a difference of 89 Fahrenheit versus 122. If you could be any more of a pathetic weather predictor, it's impossible. And this is what happens when global warming dogma infiltrates and brainwashes the mind of idiots. They make maps that look like this. Not at all reality. The reality was rather overcast days on Thursday with a high of 32 C, 89.6, which isn't even normal. It's below normal. And they predicted it to be 122. The Weather Service said the miscalculation was the result of the grand solar minimum and that they're totally full of shit. And that's our interpretation of what they actually said. Now, let's look at the facts. This is the Arctic sea ice volume coming out yesterday, August 1st, 2018, and it has reached a new record high, multi-decadal high volume in summer. Now, if you have a difficult time understanding big words, come check out this graphic I made. Yeah, it's going to blow your mind because it shows an exponential increase in ice volume. The black vertical line shows 24 hours ago. Now, the numbers coming in for 2018 are here. The numbers for 2017, exactly 1 year ago, are here. The Arctic ice volume for 2016 is here. And here is the Arctic ice volume for 2015 in a global warming world. We are now exponentially, every year, exponentially increasing Arctic ice volume in the summer. Now, as a glacial geologist, I can tell you that this means in 2019 that this line should be here. In which case, everyone on the planet is going to be shitting their pants. And that is a boom. Get the facts. Don't be scared. Be prepared. Record-breaking heat leaves 29 dead in South Korea. This man crying, using the hotel towel in the streets. Snow, hail, and extreme dust storms wreak havoc in southern Australia. Southern Australians are warned to stay indoors as vigorous cold front sweeps in, bringing snow to Bluff Knolls like never seen before. Hail and severe dust storms. And here's some pictures if you don't believe it. This guy wore a fucking helmet, and it's yellow. He was worried about the hail. South Africa 2018 harvest, the worst since the centennial minimum. The Western Cape drought and subsequent receding of the reservoirs has exposed individuals and businesses to months of hardship and anguish. Both natural supplies of water and government allocations are seriously affected ahead of this year's harvest. If you watch Adapt 2030 and Christian Westbrook, who is Ice Age Farmer, and even Ice Age 2050, you know that these trees have nothing to do with climate change. This has to do with deforestation and rich, greedy assholes simply raping the forest. But where they have done this, they should have planted crops, and they're not non-existent because there's no water. Anyway, seismic update. Kilauea caldera continues to fidget at a 50-hour interval in the 5.3 magnitude range. Now, this is a caldera collapse event and not a volcanic eruption, as the USGS purports for months, and they're absolutely lying to you. I don't know why they can't change this to caldera collapse event. Are you listening? Fucking idiots. No other quakes of note. Moderate activity in the 5 plus range, 5.0, 5.0, 5.5. Landlocked 5.3 in China, probably rattling nerves at a depth of 13 kilometers. Here's a deeper quake at 4.5. Almost no one felt that. Worldwide volcano news update. Dukono, Reventador, Turrialba, Sakurajima, Sabancaya. Yes, continuous emissions at Sabancaya. Sakurajima exploded for the 40th time in 90 days. Dukono, continuous volcanic ash. Come check it out. We also have Krakatoa with a minor eruption in the last 36 hours, as well as Turrialba. Back to the stratospheric radiation chart coming out in July. All-time record highs globally, and here's North America. If you're in Maine, put your tinfoil hat on. If you're in Washington, move south. If you can. Crucial Arctic monitoring satellites are blinking out just when they're needed the most. Coincidence? Not according to this guy in plaid. NASA's Sun probe is set to launch next week on its journey to hell. And you're looking at the Jiffy. Shit, we could blow this up. This is called science. Look at that. It's almost as if we're there. And this baby should be melting. This must be a sun simulator. Jimmy, get me a Coke. Let's loop it. Now, I am losing my mind. But you've subscribed to the channel, so you're totally... It's your fault that you're here. I didn't bring you here. I simply lured you. And it's because of these amazing graphics that I keep you. Now, this is absolutely cheesy, and I'll continue to play it because I have nothing else to do. The longer the video runs, the more commercials I can play and the more money in my pocket. Now, here's your viewing guide to the best meteor shower in years 2018's Perseids. There's this spinny screen here that's also amazing, and this chasm is just because greedy farmers completely devastated the aquifer and the earth is cracking. Yes, it has nothing to do with Yosemite. No, neither does the Fisher. Anyway, let's talk about the Perseids. We can't get away from this fraud. Look at that. It's right there. It won't even leave us alone. Can you go away somehow? Hello? Go away. All right, let's talk about the Perseids. Let's just close this because it's nonsense. Let's go right over here to meteorshowers.org. What you're looking at is the Perseid meteor showers. And if you listen to other Christian channels, they call these debris fields. Well, the only debris is meteors, so why don't they call them meteor fields? I don't know. as if there's like plastic bags and shit in here. This debris field is coming your way in the middle of August and now, and it's coming and it's going to continue to keep coming. Wow, this almost sounds like a porn. Did you put the kids to sleep? Now, this simulator is so badass that if you do mushrooms, you will literally be on your computer forever. Holy shit. That's amazing. So, get to know how to play with it and just touch it ever so slightly, and you can do what I'm doing. It's amazing. You can move the whole fucking universe just like God. Holy crap, this is great. So you can see what we're putting down by picking it up. Alpha Capricornid's meteor shower coming your way, and it's a thick debris field, yes. But they're meteorites. So we call it a meteor shower, and it could be the most epic version of the Perseids ever. Why am I showing you the Capricornids? Well, because we can. Come over here to the Perseids and get the actual meteor shower you need. Either way, you're going to be tripping balls if you got the good shrooms. Check it out. Holy crap, this is even better. These come in at a very high angle. And most meteor showers are from a comet that was ripped apart by our sun. Yes, and none of these are icy balls from the original universe. In fact, none of them are. They're all rocky debris from a time when the gods fought a war in our solar system. Yes, the thunderbolt of the gods. These are the remnants of those thunderbolts. The rocky pieces of terrestrial planets that were blown off the surface by plasma discharge events. And it may take decades for us to actually teach this in schools, but if you homeschool, you better be teaching this to your children because it's the truth. Every single data point that we uncover corroborates the electric universe theory. And every single data point the mainstream uncovers at the same time leads them fancifully to unimagined worlds that they cannot believe exist because their model is a failure. Now, in order to enjoy meteors, you need to get your ass off the couch. Open the door and breathe fresh air. Unless you live with 85% of the sheeple in a major city or a metropolitan area where you'll be breathing pollution and won't be able to see shit. So, it sucks to be you. This simulator will be linked below, and if you don't know how to click show more by now and you've subscribed for more than a month, you're an idiot. Ask someone. Get help. Food, not lawns. Lawns are for suckers. You put gas in a mower that costs you $300 and you have to get it repaired to cut your lawn. How old are you? Don't just grow food. Grow foods, bitches. Yes, bitches get stitches, and I shouldn't be cursing. But I'm sick and tired of people that tell me to be politically correct so that my message can get across. When was the first time that a government cared about your ass? Or an oligarch really told you the truth? Never! So why should I be politically correct to get my message across? If you can't handle what I have to say, then you can't handle the truth. Go crawl in your hole. Your fat ass is stuck on the couch anyway, and you're never going to plan a fucking thing anyway. So suck it. Guys, I hope you got something out of the video. Times are changing. I apologize for my foul language. I hope the children were asleep. Be safe.